But today's a special episode. We're going to be talking about some fake cards that HGA has graded. Now, I know they are a newer company out there, but I personally don't want to see cards in slabs that are fake because a lot of people have the belief that if a card is in a slab, it is real. And for grading, authentication is the most important thing. So today I'm going to go over two different cards that I found that were fake and then HGA's response at the end because I think their response is positive. So first, I'm going to jump on my computer and show you these two fake cards. All right, so let's take a look at the cards. The first fake card was this Wayne Gretzky OPG rookie. Now, the first thing that stood out to me right away was the no dot on the left shoulder. So right over here, there should be a yellow dot. Now, a quick stipulation, just because it has a yellow dot does not mean this card is real. And also the Topps version of this card does not have a yellow dot. This is just the OPG. So one of the things that came across my mind when I first saw this image is maybe HGA mislabeled the card. Well, let's say you turn on the back of the card, you can see right here, it says OPG printed in Canada. So this is a confirmed fake. Now there's a few other ways you can spot this fake. I have a full video detailing that on the channel, so make sure to take a look at that. I'm gonna link it down below in the description. But the other is over here in the top left, there should be two dots as well. So there's three dots on the surface of this card that you need to be taking a look at. Another thing, if you have a loop nearby, you can take a look at the lettering and also the lines, and they should be solid across the card. The lines look a little pixelated. It could be the image itself. And you can see over here as well, they don't look 100% great. But if you look at a real one, for example, these lines are super, super thick. They stand out right away. Again, also with this card too, it can be a little bit of lighting, but the color looks off as well. So I noticed that right away. So you can see the dot right there and then the two dots over here in the solid lettering. Again, I have a full video on this if you want to learn how to spot this fake OPG Wayne Gretzky card. Now, the other one that was fake as well is this Mario Lemieux. Now, this is a SGC version that is real. You can take a look at the fake one over here. And from far away, these cards might look pretty similar, but there's a few different ways to tell. Now, the biggest way is to take a look at this penguin logo. And from full view, it looks pretty close, right? You might say because of the lighting, it's off. But when you take a little bit of a closer look, you can tell right away. So I have two examples right over here. This is the fake one, and then this is the real one. So things that stand out right away is the eye. So you can see how thick the eye is going across over here compared to a real one. The real one is very skinny. Eye is thick on here. Now the lines going across on the triangle, you can see how thin these are on the fake versus the real one, which is thick. Another thing to take a look at is some of the different lines on the penguin itself. You can see these are clearly defined and thicker lines, well printed. You can look over here that these are very, very skinny. Another thing that people are saying because of the lighting is this triangle color. Now, on all the fake ones, the triangle color does not match up. You can see over here the difference in the color as well. So 100% knew that this was a fake. People were saying there's a big difference between the Topps and OPG. And they are different cards, but I took examples from both a Topps from SGC right here, another one over here from the HGA. So that's how I tell from the penguin. Now there's a few other things to take a look at on this card. The C over here isn't fully bold on a fake one versus a real one. You can see it's just slightly thicker, but that's the difference between the two. The other one, like the Gretzky, the lines on these cards are solid. You can see it right here, well defined. These lines should not be spotty. Spotty means it's a low quality print. You can see on this one right here, which is fake, the lines are very, very spotty going across. It does not look good. Again, you can take a look at the picture itself. Just the colors are slightly off, but if you aren't familiar with the card, you would not know that. Now, this card does not feel correct if you see it in person. I know because I had one of these cards before that was fake. I got burned at a card show a long time ago, 8-9 months ago, before I even started this whole spotting fake journey. And this was the card that I bought that was fake. And that's why I'm kind of really passionate about this video, because I bought this fake at a show, not the HGA graded one, but a raw version of this card. I think it was like $100 or $125. And then when I got home, after doing some research, I found out the card was fake. So do your research before buying cards. It does not matter if it is slabbed. With all these brand new startup companies out there, they do not have the resources available to know every single set, to know how a card feels like, to know all the printing. Over time, some of these companies are going to go out of business and others might merge together and they might get those resources. But it's going to take a long time to build up that catalog like a company like a PSA or a Beckett or SGC or a CSG has. So when you go on the vintage side of things, you want to stay with those type of companies that have had graders that dealt with these cards for 10, 20 plus years and have seen all the different forgeries that have gone in.